What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. In this video, I want to talk about active frames. Mortal Kombat 11 displays all your frame data information in 6 individual categories, and in this video we're covering the active frame category. So active frames is the point at which a move has gone through its startup and is now on screen, and active frames are telling you, now that the move's on screen, how long is it staying active on the screen to the point that it can hit the opponent before you go ahead and pull the move back. So here we're doing Raiden's down 1. It's telling you it's active for 2 frames, and after the second active frame, Raiden begins to pull his arm back and it's no longer active. So what confuses players and how the game gives them this data is a scenario in which it's saying the move is active for 2 frames here, and then here it's telling them the move is active for 1 frame. And they say, how can the exact same move tell me it's active for 2 frames and then turn around and tell me the same move is now only active for 1? Well, this is a little misleading. It's actually always active for 2 frames. But the way fighting games work, once an attack is blocked, regardless of how many active frames are left, it is considered no longer active. And this is to prevent a scenario in which you have blocked an attack and then you go to put your counterattack on the screen, you go to take your turn back, but the move is still active even though you blocked it, and it hits you as you go to put your move on the screen. And to prevent this, the fighting games, they make it so, okay, once an attack is blocked, it is no longer considered active. Doesn't matter if an attack has 100 active frames. If you block it on the very first frame and there are 99 active frames left, the game says those 99 frames don't matter and they don't display in the game data. So here, Raiden's down 1, which is normally showing active frames of 2, shows an active frame of 1 because it's being blocked on the very first possible active frame. So the game says, okay, on the very first possible active frame, Scorpion is blocking this attack. Hence, the second active frame will not be displayed because it's no longer active for that second frame. And this is why it's displaying this data like this. Now, what gets even more confusing is people say, okay, active frames on block. Okay, once you block an attack, it's no longer active. Then they see this, and they say, wait a minute. This same attack is now being blocked, and it says active for 2 frames, and over here it says active for 1. It's being blocked in both situations. I thought you said once an attack is blocked, it's no longer active. Well, in this situation, distance is really the factor here. So in the first scenario here, Raiden's attack is blocked at its very first active frame because of how close you are. In the second scenario here, because of the distance, as Raiden is extending his arm out for his down 1, on the first active frame, the attack still hasn't made contact yet. It's not until he extends his arm further out onto the second active frame that it finally makes contact. It's finally able to reach Scorpion. And because of the range, this is why in this situation it's showing you active frames of 2, and in this situation here, it's showing you active frames of 1. And this can get kind of confusing if you don't understand why the game is giving you this data in this manner. That's it for active frames. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more content.